Alright, what's up guys? I'm Buffbacks and we're back for another review. Today we're going to be talking about the 18-inch ring light from NEEWER. I bought this off of Amazon a couple weeks ago. I finally got it in, got it set up, so we're just going to do a little unboxing, setup, and then overall pros and cons and review of this ring light. Alright guys, so here is the 18-inch ring light from NEEWER. Just got this in from Amazon, so as you kind of saw, here's what the packaging looks like. Pretty boring, nothing much to it, but it does say that it's fragile on the sides of it, and I can kind of hear there's kind of some things loose and rattling inside. So that makes me a little nervous, but let's crack her open and see what we got in here. There's no tape holding the box closed, so you just got these little flaps right here. Let's slide everything out. Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Comes up. Oh, lens cap. Okay, so we got a big carrying case for it. That's pretty sick. And then a stand so the stand does not go in the carrying case. So let's take a look at this stand right here. Let's see what we're dealing with. Okay. Some assembly required. So pretty nice looking stand, really. Definitely like nice and light. I mean, you can tell the materials aren't like just crazy good, but better than nothing. So there we go. So nice. And it's got quite a few. You can see right here, it's got quite a few adjustment points. Get that to focus in on this. Got quite a few adjustment points here, so you can definitely make it a lot taller. I don't remember the exact specs on how tall it is. I'll display those on the screen, but anyways, yeah, so you guys can see there's quite a few spots to adjust it and make it taller, so that's good. Now let's take a look at the actual light itself and kind of see how this little guy looks. So pretty nice carrying case, so I like this a lot. So you can see pretty good sized carrying case. I mean, I say pretty good, it's just a really big carrying case with a shoulder strap, so I guess if you're taking this on the road with you or something like that. Let's see what's in this box right here. I'm assuming maybe the power supply. Yes, so we got the power supply, got a phone holder thing, and then we have diffusers. We got two different diffusers here, and oh sweet, and a remote too. So remote for the for your phone, so you can use it to take pictures with. But the diffusers, we got the kind of like the wider color ones, and then we have the more orangey color ones right there. So pretty cool. Looks like a quick start guide as well, with a QR code on it. And then a little booklet also that shows you an instruction manual on how to set it up and how to use it and stuff. So that's definitely good right there. And then the big mama itself, I better be careful touching this as freely as I was. Let's get this bad boy slid out of here. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, so you can see all the little LEDs all the way across it and stuff. So, plastic base right here. This little piece right here is plastic. I don't think I really like that so much, but hopefully it holds up fine. Hopefully it'll be okay. But anyway, so that's, you can see how big this is. Put my head inside. That's pretty freaking big. So that's a hefty boy right there. So anyways, I'm pleased with that. I like the size of it. We'll get it set up here in a little while, and we'll actually test it out, kind of see how well it actually works. And so you guys can see if this is a light that you might want to invest in. Alright, so the specs are as follow. I'm going to read this directly from Amazon. I'm not a huge lighting guy, so bear with me, but these are the specs of it. It's an 18-inch ring light with 240 LEDs, and guys, this thing is big. Its power draw is 55 watts, which is great. I mean, that's a really good power draw, and that means it actually gets very bright. Color temperature is 5500K and 3200K using the included filters. And yes, the filters are snap-on, and they come in orange and they come in a white. So you get those two options right there. They are snap-on. Then the stand height itself ranges from 19 inches to 59 inches tall. Then of course included in the box is a little extension piece. You get actually a pretty decent carrying case for it. A remote to use with your phone, so it can actually connect to your phone to take remote pictures that way. A phone little clamp. And then also a like a shoe mount thing that goes in the center of the ring light, so you can actually put like a DSLR or your phone or something like that. So real quick, before we get into the pros and cons of it, I'm just gonna bring up this piece right here, which I came in with it. When it came in, this piece was kind of shaped like this, and I freaked out a bit because I thought it was an actual piece, or just a normal piece of the tripod itself. So I kind of freaked out a tad, but then I found out that this is actually just the extension piece that's meant to be flexible anyway. So close call on that. Thankfully, this is just an extension piece that can be flexed around to whatever angle you need, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't really have a need for it. I might be able to use this elsewhere or just use it with this light later on. So pretty cool, but I'm glad to know that this was not broken. So let's get into the pros and cons of this light. So to start, for my first pro, this light can get very bright. As you can see right now, I'm actually using this light for this video. The edge lighting is coming from a window, but the light that's coming down right here is actually this new light. So that you can see it at this temperature right here. Let me crank it up a bit. So this is max brightness. Now granted, I do have the filters on it, so it's not horribly blinding, but at max brightness, I can feel myself wanting to squint because this thing is bright. All right, so yeah, like once again, guys, the brightness of this thing with, you know, it being like such a high wattage is really good, and I love the full range of adjustment that you get there with the brightness on it. Like especially, you know, when I'm streaming, I keep my room pretty dark and everything. It allows me for a lot of play right there. Before we continue, I almost forgot that my Christmas tree's here. Finally got this set up and everything like that, so I had to remember to turn those lights on. So I hope you guys like the Christmas lights behind me. I know we're not even to Thanksgiving yet, but I got too excited, it finally came in, so I had to get it set up. With the Christmas tree out of the way, let's continue on to the pros and cons. Another pro is that you get a legit power brick. That was a relief. A lot of these ring lights, especially like when they're cheaper, they like for you to use just USB power, or you have to supply your own USB power brick. This one came like with a really nice power brick that's for its power supply, which I really appreciate that. It's kind of more comforting, and then obviously, you know, that adds a lot more to it having a higher power draw. Another pro is that it has an easy adjustment knob, so you can grab that knob and adjust it easily back and forth however you need to. And that's a very, very good thing right there. That makes it nice and easy. The knob is actually on the bottom of it, so it's real simple to get to, especially if you're in the middle of a stream or if you're trying to shoot a YouTube video really fast. It's easy to adjust, and it's just turn it up, turn it down. That's all you have to do. I really appreciate that. The next pro is that it came with diffusers for this, and obviously those change the color temperature, but they really make it a massive difference there. Without those diffusers on it, you know, it would be some pretty harsh light and pretty bright, but adding that diffuser on it, as you can tell already, like just in this video, it really tones that light down and makes it look a lot better. Another pro is that it actually came with a lot of accessories. Now, some of the accessories are kind of cheap, but nonetheless, it came with a lot of accessories, which is a huge plus. So there's a lot of things that you can use either for this light or for other scenarios later on. I never complain about having more accessories because that always seems to be handy later on. And of course, the biggest pro is the price. I got this on Amazon for 65 bucks, and especially with the holidays being here and with Black Friday pricing happening, the price is fluctuating up and down, but at the time of this video, whenever I got it, it was for $60. For a light this big, this bright, that's a freaking steal. And if you got two of them, you could use one for edge lighting, one to keep in front of you. I mean, dude, that's like, you're in at 120 bucks. That's pretty dang good for lighting. Okay, so now let's get to the nitty-gritty, the cons. The number one biggest con about this thing, and I noticed it as soon as I pulled it out of the box, it's mostly plastic, which a lot of the reviews on Amazon talked about that as well. But yes, it is a mostly plastic frame all the way around. The tripod isn't plastic, but the actual ring itself, it's mostly all plastic there, and that's a little discomforting, especially if you plan to travel with this a lot. I don't, but if you do plan to travel with it a lot, you would have to be very cautious. Even though it comes with the carrying case, there's still that risk of the ring light breaking, and you know, I mean, it's a full plastic exterior. Even the diffusers around it are plastic as well, so you have to be cautious with it, especially snapping and unsnapping those. You know, they could break easily. Another con, speaking of the diffusers, you only get two. And I would have loved to see maybe still like maybe at least like 4, like 2 of each on the same color, but some like that are thicker, some that are thinner, so you get to choose how much diffusing you actually get from it. I appreciate, you know, what the diffusers are doing, but I wouldn't mind to see maybe you have the option of how diffused you want it to be, because some people actually prefer harsh lighting for certain scenarios and stuff. So, and then the third con is the tripod that it comes with. This thing, it just feels like cheap metal. I mean, it feels like really thin, weak. It doesn't have much weight to it at all. When I have this extended all the way up and then I have the ring actually tilted, you can kind of tell it looks like it might have some give to it. It might kind of want to topple over, which makes me a little nervous. So yeah, just be aware that, you know, the tripod itself is pretty lightweight, so you may want to later on invest in a better tripod to hold this, maybe like a better lighting tripod. Anyways, guys, so I don't have a lot of cons about this really. Even though it is a cheaper light, it's actually pretty good. So far, I'm loving it a lot. It's not mind-blowing or anything like that, and obviously it's not going to be the best lighting out there. It's not going to be pro-grade lighting, but for $60, that's pretty dang good. And we all need more lighting, especially if you're trying to get into the Twitch space, into the YouTube space. Lighting is great. Lighting is key, as well as audio. So a couple side notes. One, I just want to remind you, I've only had this thing for about a week, so I haven't had just a ton of time with it, and you know, I might do a follow-up review maybe in about a year to see if this thing is still even working or not. So I might do a follow-up review on it. We'll see for sure on that. And then another side note is that it did come with a carrying case, so if you do plan to travel with it, like I said, I know it's plastic, but it actually came with a pretty decent carrying case. So for that right there, that's a huge plus to it. Not enough for me to throw it under the pros, but for a good side note, that it came with a good carrying case. So guys, of course, ring lights, they aren't the best option overall, but when you're in a small, tight space and you need that full all-around lighting, a ring light's not bad. Like, I really appreciate this. My room in here is tiny. So it is the perfect light to fill up this space and to really cast a good amount of light on me, especially when I'm streaming at nighttime and I don't have the light coming through this window. It's a huge help. But guys, that's gonna wrap this video up right here. I hope you guys like this video. Please, if you don't mind, drop a like and a comment down on the video. Let me know if there's anything you want me to review in the future. I'm open for all things streaming and gaming and PC related. But guys, as always, remember you can hang out with me on Twitch every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. I stream over there. Links for that are in the description below. I talk about video games. We can talk about wrestling, tech, anything you want, guys. I don't care. You can talk to me about anything over there. I would love to hear from you guys. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day as we're getting closer to the holidays and we're getting on in toward the Black Friday season, even though things are looking a little different this year. I love this season, guys, and I can't wait for the new tech that's about to roll out as well. So guys, that's going to wrap up the video. I thank you so much, and I hope you guys take it easy. Stay swole. Peace.